Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is Vitaly Kurchin, top gun rights lawyer in Washington State. This video is part 2 of my 2025 legislative session series. March 12th marked the deadline to pass bills out of the House of Origin. What that means is that if a bill had not received a floor vote and a majority vote by the end of session on March 12th, the bill is officially dead for this session. Now, 2025 marks the first year of a biannual session, which means that the same session will pick up again in January of next year. That means that some of the bills that died this session could still be revived next year. However, at this point, I will discuss only those bills that have moved forward in the House of Origin this session. We won't speculate as to what will happen next year. To start, let me mention some of the bills I had discussed in my previous video in January that are now officially dead. House Bill 1132, which would have limited the amount of firearms and ammo that a dealer could deliver to one person within a 30-day period, passed out of the Civil Rights and Judiciary Committee, but did not make it to a floor vote. Senate Bill 5056, which would have allowed Washington State Patrol to continue doing background checks even during a systems outage, didn't even get a committee hearing. Senate Bill 5099, which would have revamped the way firearm dealers are licensed, passed out of the Law and Justice Committee, but did not make it to a floor vote. And House Bill 1152, which would have enacted stricter laws for storing firearms in residences and vehicles, passed out of the Civil Rights and Judiciary Committee, but did not make it to a floor vote. These bills are all dead. There were also a number of new bills that were introduced after I filmed my last video. These include House Bill 1504, which would have enacted insurance requirements for gun owners. That bill did not receive a committee hearing. Senate Bill 5349 would have allowed importation of assault weapons with a concealed pistol license. That also didn't receive a committee hearing. Senate Bill 5350 would have repealed Washington State Patrol's safe background check system. As you can imagine, that also did not receive a committee hearing. And finally, Senate Bill 5535 would have repealed the assault weapon ban, but also did not receive a committee hearing. So now let's talk about the bills that are still alive. House Bill 1163, which requires a permit as a prerequisite to purchasing a firearm, is still alive. It was passed out of the House on March 8th and is now in the Senate Law and Justice Committee. The permit would need to be renewed every 5 years. One of the requirements to receiving a permit will be to attend a training program, and the training program must include live fire demonstration. Additionally, an application for a concealed pistol license will also require a training program, but that training program must have live fire demonstration and include a minimum of 50 rounds of ammunition firing training. If passed, the bill will take effect on November 1, 2026. The only other bill still alive is Senate Bill 5098. The bill passed out of the Senate on March 5th and is now in the House Civil Rights and Judiciary Committee. The bill will ban carry of firearms in park facilities where children are likely to be present, the premises of government buildings, and the premises of county fairs. There is an exception for transportation properties such as ferry and train depots where firearms can be possessed so long as they remain in locked cases. There is also an exception for gun shows that are held on county fairgrounds. So that concludes this breakdown of what bills are dead and what bills are still alive during the 2025 legislative session. Only 2 firearm bills are still alive and the rest are dead. I will do another video at the end of the session to provide an update on what ended up happening with House Bill 1163 and Senate Bill 5098. Until then, thanks for watching and I'll see you next time.